What's going on, people out there? This is Will, Perfect Apparel. Just wanted to do a quick little sample of, just a little show and tell on, a little demonstration on how we heat apply patches to customer garments and jackets. So what we have here today is we had a customer bring in a jacket, said, hey, I want to apply these patches to the jacket. Again, we have the option to either heat press those on or we embroider around those. This customer selected to heat press them on, so that's what we'll do. So what we'll show you here, again, this is one of the patches that they have, and all they have 5 patches that's going to go on this jacket. These particular patches have self-adhesive materials already on the back of those, so we don't have to apply that. Now, some customers will come in with patches that do not have this, so we have the ability to add this material adhesive onto the back of it and still add it to the garment. But in this instance, this is already here, so all we got to do is apply it. So I'm gonna pan over to the jacket, and then we'll see what we have. So what we're working on is a Stahl's Hottronics heat press. The heat press currently set at 330 degrees. The pressure is at a 7 pound force of pressure. And I have these on 30-second intervals. So just to let you know what kind of heat press we're working on and the temperature settings of those. So this is the jacket. Again, I'll show 2 of the different placements, and then when it's all said and done, I'll show everything. But what we like to do when the customers come in is we actually like to mark the location of where the items are going to be placed. So in this instance, we have this Rosa Parks patch that's going to be placed here. So I'm going to remove that masking tape. Properly position Rosa Parks in place. Now, one of the common mistakes that some people will do will just go ahead and heat press this on. Depending on the type of material you're working with, sometimes when you close this press, it will actually move the item, and then when it's done, the press opens as the item is slightly crooked. So what we like to use is this heat tape, blue heat tape. You get from a lot of different places. So we place it on the item that's going to be heat pressed on. So when you heat press this particular material, it's not going to melt that tape. But what it does is it ensures that the patch doesn't move when we're clamping down in place. The other patch that's going here is a Malcolm X patch. So we'll get this one ready. Show you guys this one. Again, Malcolm X, self-adhesive already in the back of it. This is where the customer said they wanted that. And, one good practice to do is to actually mark the garment with that. Some of the things that we've learned over time is sometimes the customer will tell you where they want it, you put it there, and then they'll come back and say, oh, you know what, I wanted it higher or I wanted it lower. So what we do is, again, along with the paperwork, but we make sure we mark the item. So now let's see, we want Malcolm here. He's properly aligned with Rosa. They're in place. We also, before we press this, I'm just going to put a little craft paper on top of it. Again, I don't want anything to transfer to this customer garment. Something could be on the heat press. So we're going to transfer that. Press the press down for 29 seconds. And once this is done, we'll pull this up and let you see the final product. So let's let this go through. All right. So we're all done with the patches. Press is over. We'll remove the heat tape. Remove the heat tape. This is a little warm. And as you can see, now we have Rosa and Malcolm X on the patch. So that's that. Again, I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest of these, and then we'll come back and I'll show you what it looks like when it's all said and done.